Hello, family, friends, and fans. I'm Fletcher Roden, and this is AKA Fender RoadZ, track by track. So, as I do with all my albums, I'm going through my late 2025 rap album, AKA Fender RoadZ, which is my rap name, my rapper, my nom de rap. Going through this track by track, giving you a chance to listen to the songs and see if you like them, and maybe you'll download the whole album. You might even become a big enough family friend or fan that you'll download them all. Go for it. Okay, so we're here on this rap album, side two, approaching the end of the disc, if you think of it as a CD, album, if you download it. I am what I became. So, again, musically, this one follows the pattern of this album. Most of my albums have songs with varying structures. Sometimes one bridge, sometimes two, sometimes just no chorus, no bridge, and just sort of a head, a verse that's like on my acapella album, also of this year, called Under the Wolf Moon. There's a song called The New Amsterdam, which is just basically just a verse and one chord that goes for a few verses until it modulates into another chord for the next verse. And there's no chorus really. But on this record, I'm doing verses and choruses and no bridges. So that's the way this song works out. It's got the similar arrangements and similar instrumental approaches, sort of a loud, distorted electric guitar a la Prince. I was going for a Princey kind of guitar approach. And there's some harmonica in it probably. And, a slick mid-tempo groove, a lot of electric piano. I am what I became. So lyrics, again, the music is pretty consistent throughout this record. So the lyrics are the things to talk about. I am what I became. This was said to me once, years ago, by someone. I was having a lot of difficulty with this person, an old friend who deserved a chance to get himself out of the hole he was digging in our friendship. And instead, he just kept digging deeper and deeper until he was buried in it. But at this time, I remember I was trying to help him out of the hole. But there's only one way out of a hole like that, and you got to climb out, man. You dig yourself into a hole that deep, you got to climb out and hope that once you get out of that hole, someone doesn't whack you on the head with a shovel and push you back in. I wasn't going to do that. So, in my attempts to give this person a chance to own up, we're talking it out. We're having a presser, sort of, in the non-sexual way. And he says to me, I am what I became. And I just thought, that is total BS. I am what I became. What does that mean? First of all, what does that even mean? I mean, we all are what we became. How is that profound? How does that explain anything? I mean, that's like saying, wherever you are, there you go. What? What? Those are just words. They don't make any sense. I mean, I guess I get it. It's true. Wherever you are is where you went. I mean, I am what I became, but that's just a way of avoiding responsibility. That's just in Billy Budd. There's a great line. Claggart says to Captain Veer. He says, I am what I am and what the world has made me. Now that's a cop-out, but at least it's fairly well worded. At least it's a well-written cop-out, but it is a cop-out. Claggart is saying half of it is in my nature and half of it is from my experiences. So it's a question of nature or nurture, and what Peter Ustinov is saying in his adaptation of Billy Budd is it's a little bit of both. So at least that has some meaning. But to say I am what I became is just poorly written. It's dumb. It's a dumbbell thing to say. It's just a cop out. It's just I am what I became. It's like, well, and what you became is a worthless hunk of nothing. If that's all you have to say for yourself, is, well, it's all just passive, you know? It all just, there's no activeness, there's no owning up, there's no taking responsibility. It's all avoidance of responsibility. So that phrase stuck in my head for a long time. And with disdain. With disdain. I am what I became. I mean, Jeffrey Dahmer could have said that. You know? John Wayne Gacy could have said that. And it would have been no less true. So I'm making this record. I'm writing it first. What I first did is start with a list of titles derived from phrases. And I just wrote that phrase down. You know, I just felt like, you know, I use phrases to write songs with, and recently in that era of my songwriting, I was writing a lot. So I was going back to a lot of things that were in my past and writing songs based on them. Like, for example, my father used to say to us, circumstances change, kid. I have brothers. So whenever we'd bring up something that seemed contradictory to us, he'd say, circumstances change. And, you know, in this period of about 6 months, when I was writing like a maniac, I thought to myself, how did I not write a song called Circumstances Change? That's in our family lingo. That's embedded in my experience. How did I never write a song called that? So I did. I'm not saying it's necessarily the most valid excuse, but it is still a turn of phrase and it works as a song title. And this one is the same way. At the same time, I was having a contemporary feud with somebody, not really a feud, but a disagreement that got fairly pitched fairly quickly. A person who was new to my circle, a landlord actually, we had a disagreement over a contract, and not really disagreement, well, sort of. Anyway, I wrote that song. The lyrics sort of were inspired by that little localized disagreement. But the basic thing, I am what I became, I just pulled out of my phrase satchel and used it, you know? And then here again, it was I used the background vocals in the verse. Every line begins with like you, and then the rapper sings, you know, blah 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 blah, like you. The background singers sing, and the rapper extrapolates on that, and then so on like that. So it was a use of that arrangement device of having the background singers do a call and response, only this time they were doing the call and the rapper does the response. In Lest We Forget, the rap does the call and the background vocals do the response. So it's sort of a variation on that theme. I was really keen on keeping the background vocals active in the songs because they're the most melodic voice. In this song, though, is one of the rare uses of my own Fletcher Roden lead singing voice, sort of. Because all these songs, my rap voice is different. It's low and growly, influenced by Leonard Cohen and Barry White, and a little tiny, tiny bit of Tom Waits. So, it's not the voice I always use for everything. It's not the voice I used to sing the background vocals. I did all the background vocals. I did all the instruments and all these songs and all the vocals. But then I needed something that the background vocals couldn't quite do, and that's in the chorus. I needed a call and response in the chorus that didn't include the rap voice. So I just used my own singing voice, and that's on the line, "Once we're born, we're never the same." And then the rap singer, the background vocals do, "And just like you," and the vocal comes back with, "I am what I became." So this is one of the few tracks on the record that has a third vocal element to it, one which is most reminiscent of my other albums. And I think it works. Um, Honestly, if I'd had female singers, I would have had a woman singing that, and I would have women singing the background vocals on all these songs. But I just don't have that. I have me. So I'm the guy. Anyway, that's "I Am What I Became." I really, again, if anyone ever tries to pass off their behavior and excuse it with that, don't buy it. Because those are just words. Wherever you go, there you are. Okay? So what? Okay, so that's pretty much it. Enjoy the song. It's a good song. It's got fewer lyrics and more instrumental breaks. This song has a lot of. It's got sort of a Middle Eastern vibe to it musically, and there's a lot of guitar, which I enjoyed playing. I had a great time playing guitar on this record. I had a great time making this record in general, and I think it really comes off. It comes across in the music. Let me know if you agree. There's a link below. You can check out the YouTube video. You can make a comment there. You can comment here. I suggest you subscribe to this video if you like it. Throw a like and subscribe if you want to see more of these kinds of things, because it'll make them easier to find. You don't have to subscribe in order to watch, but if you do subscribe, it'll make finding new videos easier. You can get notified. It'll make finding older videos easier. It'll make finding all my different playlists easier. It'll make life easier. And who doesn't want an easier life? Okay, so check it all out. Enjoy, and tune in again tomorrow for another analysis of a song from my new rap album, aka Fender RoadZ. Until then, bye, Mary.